At precisely 2:17 a.m. in downtown New York, the security alarm went off at First Horizon Bank, but when investigators arrived, the vault was empty and the night manager had vanished without a trace. Detective Elena Ward arrived at the scene, greeted by flashing lights and frantic employees. The vault held $12 million in cash and bonds. Yet there was no sign of forced entry. CCTV footage showed the night manager, Marcus Hale, walking calmly toward the elevator. But the video suddenly cut for exactly 2 minutes. Elena replayed the footage endlessly. Every security camera in the building had the same gap. When she checked Marcus's office, she found a note: "If you want the truth, follow the red line on the floor." A thin red thread snaked out of the office door and down the stairwell. Elena took a deep breath and descended the stairwell, following the red thread. It led to a dimly lit parking garage, where shadows stretched across every corner. The thread disappeared behind a black SUV, parked under a flickering light. She approached cautiously, her hand hovering near her holster. Inside the SUV, the red thread ended abruptly. There was no note, no sign of Marcus, just a single USB drive sitting on the dashboard. Elena picked it up carefully, feeling a shiver run down her spine. The drive seemed ordinary, but she knew better. In her experience, nothing this precise was ever ordinary. Back at her office, she plugged the USB into her laptop. Immediately, multiple security camera feeds from every major bank in Manhattan appeared on her screen, all timestamped for the same night. Each vault had been opened and emptied, yet there were no alarms, no signs of forced entry, and no witnesses. A message scrawled in digital red text appeared on the last feed. "Marcus Hale is just the beginning." Elena leaned back in her chair, rubbing her temples. She knew this was no ordinary heist. Someone, or something, had planned this meticulously, orchestrating multiple bank robberies simultaneously, without leaving a trace. She felt a cold knot of fear in her stomach. Her phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number flashed on the screen. "Stop looking, or you're next." Elena's heart pounded. She stared at the phone, debating whether to call backup. But instinct told her that whatever had done this wasn't afraid of the police. The detective reviewed the security footage again. There were subtle anomalies, tiny glitches in each feed that no ordinary hacker could create. Someone had manipulated reality itself, or at least made it appear that way. And then she noticed it, in one feed. Marcus's face flickered for a second, in a location he should not have been. A rooftop overlooking the city, watching her. Determined to find answers, Elena traced the rooftop using building access logs. The location was abandoned, a decrepit skyscraper slated for demolition. She drove there, flashlight in hand, every step echoing in the empty halls. The red thread appeared again, leading her through dust-covered floors and broken windows, until it vanished on the rooftop edge. A shadow moved across the rooftop. Elena froze. "Marcus," she called, her voice trembling slightly. No reply, only the wind whistling through broken beams. Then, a sudden click. Her flashlight flickered and died. She reached for her phone, but the battery read 1%, though she had fully charged it minutes ago. Suddenly, a faint light illuminated the far corner. On the ground lay a notebook, open to a page with a single line. "The vaults were just a test. Are you ready for the next stage?" Elena's pulse quickened. The next stage? She had no idea what that meant. But she knew she was now part of a dangerous game, far bigger than any ordinary bank robbery. She turned toward the edge of the rooftop. And that's when she saw him, or something that resembled him. Marcus stood at the far corner, motionless, watching her. Before she could speak, a gust of wind blew the notebook into the air, pages scattering like leaves. When the wind settled, Marcus was gone. Not a trace remained. Just the city skyline and the flickering lights of a world that suddenly felt much darker. Elena took a deep breath, steadying herself. The USB drive had vanished from her pocket, as if it had never existed. She realized the truth. Whoever orchestrated this didn't want her to follow, they wanted her involved. And whatever game they were playing, it had only just begun. As she looked over the edge of the rooftop at the city below, a single thought echoed in her mind. The night was far from over, and no one was safe.